This time the double from Wiggins. No problem for Joel. Give him 19.
Awful lot of Olajuwon on that fadeaway. Post play. It's a little like Kevin McHale too, that fadeaway.
Wow, how about Embiid the double, helping Simmons with Towns. Here's Horford, blocked on the play. Wow, and look at this. Whoa! Embiid going at it with Karl Anthony Towns. And the bench is empty. My goodness.
What is going on? Ben's got him by the neck.
Towns is hot. Embiid is up. He's in front of his bench. And I don't know what precipitated this, but you have to think both players are going to be sent off for the rest of the game. Inspired. There's that double I was talking about. Now the two getting tangled. And the shoving turned into this. That, my friends, are a couple of heavyweights. And Embiid seems delighted by the whole thing.
How many times have we seen JoJo?
The Miami Heat have never liked each other. In last year's playoffs, things got out of control as passions ran high and fists flew on the court. In the end, Miami was tougher and sent the Knicks home. New York wants revenge in a bad way, and today they get that chance. It's the Miami Heat versus the New York Knicks in a grudge match on NBA Raw.
To Childs. Childs, oh, nice, nearly lost control. Allen Houston nearly brought the crowd out of its seat, and Mills foul going in.
Here. Now we all know that the impulse of guys at this
Marley off the screen. Mourning getting the offensive rebound, and he is fouled by Cummings. A two-shot foul. Cummings with a hard foul on Alonzo Mourning. You can't argue with that one. This is out of Pat Riley's playbook.
Now here it is right now. Now just watch as Mourning goes to step for the two-power dunk. All right, they come right across the arms. Hey, that's playoff basketball right there.
And Karl Malone shipped a nasty blow over to the Admiral. That'll cost him $5,000 and a few lost friends. Everybody's been hitting on the Nuggets all season. Not close when people act like this. Head coach Jeff Van Gundy saw his team lose a controversial game on Sunday against their bitter rivals from Miami. And you can see that match on tomorrow's 24/7.
Style, time to kill or be killed.
Miami's big man Alonzo Mourning got frustrated by his foul trouble.
He said he better not, he's too little. Shaquille throws it hard off Matt. Everybody's kind of been waiting for some fireworks. You remember that Geiger hacked Shaquille in preseason, aiding him in breaking that thumb, but so far there's nothing near the kind. They were, I don't know if they are now, but they were hangout buddies a little bit.
The NBA's register is ringing again. Charles Barkley's fined $7,500 for calling Sunday's referees terrible. Sir Charles said, the officials took all my aggression away. Yeah, right.
This first quarter. Marv Albert, Matt Gukas, and Ahmad Rashad from Chicago. Beautiful lead thrown by Brian Shaw, who just checked in. Penny Hardaway also took a shot in the mouth in the process.
Tough defender Scottie Pippen. He just drop-stepped him and spun to the basket. And Brian Shaw, who throws that pass well, but as Brian Hill, the coach of Orlando, always tells Brian, he said, oh, you'd have so many turnovers if you were throwing to normal people, but when you're throwing to Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal.
Hardaway. Offensive foul. Penny Hardaway called for a second and now being ushered aside by Shaquille O'Neal as he had something to say to Dick Pavetta.
Well, Penny Hardaway thinking he had an opening here, seeing that his lane was blocked off to the basket, just trying to draw contact. And when Shaq was out of the lineup, this is why Penny Hardaway was getting to...
At 5, Furr got himself trapped and was pushed. Horace Grant reporting back. Replacing Dennis Scott.
I hate that when that happens, when Shaq hits you in the back of the head, trying to steal the ball. Mistook Steve Kerr's head. There's a headache for tonight.
Oh, yes, and third foul.
He's a volatile little guy. Starks has been known many times to blow up, and when he does, usually he loses his cool.
John Starks arguing that he went for the ball in the play. I think he did, but then getting out of control up in the air, just grabbed on for anything.
Oh, John Starks just hit with a technical foul as he slammed his foot at the net bench, and now out of control. He ejected. And it looks like Anthony Mason is headed back to the locker room.
It's the man who can, get knocked down and got to get back up. And I always thought that the most thing was going to happen to me during the season was trouble with my finger. As you go through life, you're going to have obstacles. And I like to think I'm a better person, better basketball player, and a better man from it. There's no question I want to win a title. Individual.
The Suns were not as bright in Salt Lake City, with Carl the Mailman Malone looking a first-class package.
I świetnie grają piłką po obwodzie. No i teraz na dodatek jeszcze obydwaj zrobili sobie krzywdę. Klein i Barkley, ale Barkley, mając kłopoty z kręgosłupem, widać, lapnął strasznie mocno, to było bolesne.
Zatrzęsła się podłoga w Delta Center.
Ale popatrzmy, bo tu podciął go Klein. Prawie taki koszykarski.
Lakers win over their city partners, the Clippers, was pretty straightforward. Except for another game ejection for coach Del Harris. He says he now ranks 8th on the all-time ejection list.
But he's not really good from any place. He just gets your points from every place on the court, but he has no certain spot.
Knicks by 11 after the Johnson free throws. And a New York foul on the other end, and now Childs and Hill mix it up a little bit.
Well, New York likes to play a little rough. They've adopted the attitude that the Pistons used to have. The Pistons used to be the bad boys. They used to be the rough and tough team. Pat Riley came from Los Angeles after we beat them in L.A. He came to New York, and he put the same type of bad boy attitude into the Knicks, and they still have a little of that left over.
Sealy on Childs. Houston screening for him. Now Sealy takes Allen on a switch. 10 on the 24. Houston baseline. Throws up a lunging shot and is fouled by Sealy, who's pretty close.
And Larry Spriggs over Tripucka. And a foul. It'll be against the Pistons. And it's going to be against Bill Laimbeer. It'll be his second personal.
Yeah, we're going to see that foul as Laimbeer is putting a body on Kareem. Kareem throws a little elbow in the chops, but the foul will be charged to Laimbeer. Ooh, that hurt.
And he's done.
Son 3-2, Sayuse, pero hubo falta personal sobre Eli. Vaya hachazo que recibió Eli de Xavier McDaniel.
Try to increase that lead. Olajuwon with a bad shot. They're going to call it out from behind the basket. It will go over to Sacramento. 28 seconds remaining.
And Peterson and Klein had unkind words for each other in that last exchange.
Watch again. Olajuwon behind the basket. You can see it hit in the back of the basket. Paul Mahalik right on top of it. Peterson throwing his arms around.
Loose ball. Rivers has it, and he's hit hard by Olajuwon, who goes over to Doc. He was hit in the eye. And Doc is hurting.
Olajuwon's over here.
And they're literally dragging him off the court. Rollins and John Battle.
That was the double team, and Olajuwon in frustration tries to re-steal the ball and just slams right into Doc, hitting him in the head, in the eye. But I'll tell you what, Olajuwon is not seeing much daylight, and right now either is Doc Rivers.
Rivers appears to... Rivers being tended to is Peterson, and Battle went flying, and the Hawks will go to the line, and they're applying an ice pack behind his neck.
Let's see it again. As Rivers goes for the ball, and as Olajuwon just trying to re-steal it, hits Doc right in the forehead, in the eye area. And I'll tell you, I mean, this guy wanted to play this game so bad.
Cooper, plenty of time for the three. He's missed 2 now from that distance, and another fast break. Danny Ainge on the front end, and a foul. And Ainge was hit hard. Michael Cooper. And this game is starting out with the kind of physical style we have seen in NBA Finals past.
You sure this isn't Daytona? I'm telling you, they're zipping it up down the court. Here's Ainge, eludes one man, but Cooper says, I can block anything. But Nick Danny Ainge in the process.
El rebote, como no, de Dennis Rodman, la penetración, Isaiah Thomas, la falta personal que recibe el mítico base de los Detroit Pistons.
Que está cacito.
Mira, mira, mira,
Le
el
deja
corte y en la cara, ¿no?
Sí, ha sido drilling, ¿no? Complicado, así que no te caes mal, porque aun siendo muy fan de los Knicks, nos ha hecho un buen agujero, a pesar de que siga estando presente, por mucho que no quieran, ¿no?
Mismatch there. Isaiah had no chance. They get it inside to Willis. The jumper, not there. And Lambier muscles his way and fouls out of the game. And he is really ticked.
Now, there was a lot of contact on that play. I'm not sure. Tree was trying to get to the offensive boards, and Lambier, you'll see right there in your screen. He's going to be boxing him out. Can't see what he did with his right arm. He might have just pushed Tree Rollins out of bounds. But obviously, he's a little upset. Right here, we'll be able to see from this angle what he does with that right arm. Push
4 points. 107-103.
McDaniel is open. That's a little beyond his range. And A.C. Green was hanging from the net, but I think Chambers belted him from behind.
No, that wasn't Chambers.
He has a string on the basketball.
Rollins inside, elbowed Lambier. That's the 3rd personal on Rollins. There's the elbow. Lambier making sure that O'Donnell saw it.
Absolutely.
Blows until the final bell.
And Antonio Davis is bleeding, so he's going to have to come out of the game and replaced by Adrian Caldwell.
This is when the Orlando Magic.
There are the stitches on the lower lip of Antonio.
Sura inside and a clean block. Sura gets up and Cleveland wants a timeout. Sura thought he got fouled, and now Mike Fratello hollering. They want a 20-second timeout.
Wow, what a block on this play. Sura comes on in. Michael slaps the ball out of his hand, a 360 pirouette, and down he goes.
And now they want a full timeout.
4:07 left in the first half. Cavaliers lead at 32 to Silver move. 6 seconds left. 5. MJ double team foul.
Oh! And he said to Bobby, he gives Bobby Sura some stuff on that one.
Wow.
The jump shot from the baseline. Wow. And the foul. And the foul. Michael spins, goes over on the side. Sura gives him a little fake bump and in the hole, and then Michael had a few words to say.
Mo Pete now Harrington get tangled up. Al believes that Mo did it on purpose. Isaiah Thomas said he's upset because he feels that people are taking cheap shots at the Pacers. Party's on.
It's going to be on for the rest of the season, and this is going to be a wake-up call for the Pacers.
Look at Isaiah Thomas upset because he said that Peterson mouthed something to him that he could not repeat. Ejections abound and the madness abound. Why do guys take their jerseys off when they... They're dirty. I don't understand. I still don't understand it. Why do they take their jerseys off? 102-90.
I know he had 2 threes early in the game on Mookie.
That's just insult to injury. Bryant and O'Neal, you expect. It's the role players for LA. Sura, a little flip. Off fire. Jamison spilled to the floor. He's hurt. Antoine Jamison.
I think he's going to be okay, but
Hughes with the steal. It's a 2-on-1. Larry taking it in, and Antoine blocked by Grant. Takes it back and puts it in. Team shooting in this quarter.
Now Bobby Sura goes in for the drive. Jamison hard to the floor. Lays there until the Warriors come up with the ball. And he says, all of a sudden, hey, try it. Good block by Horace Grant.
Unable to play last night because of this play right there. Watch Kobe's right arm as he comes back and gives a little whack to Manu Ginobili. At the time, a foul was not called, but later he was suspended for 1 game. Overreaction, Tom?
Well, the guys with the striped shirts didn't blow a whistle, and somebody must have called up the league office.
Somebody from San Antonio.
Yeah, I would think, and all of a sudden, I think it was an overreaction.
So Gerald again. Another rebound to Odom, trying to throw it off Perkins, and he does.
Let's check in with Greg Dickerson.
All right, Mike. Doc Rivers trying to keep his troops positive during that last timeout, saying, guys, we still a long way to go. Stay positive, keep fighting. And then he talked to Kendrick Perkins a little bit as Perk comes out of the ball game. Perk a little bit frustrated off that technical foul, and Doc said, you can't let things sit and stew. If it happens, let it go. Don't let it affect you down the other end of the floor.
That is his second personal foul. Yeah, that's what Rondo did the other night, and Kirk, man that he is, just stood up and walked off the court.
Didn't even cough.
Didn't flinch. Loops it ahead to Evans. Evans to Parker. Turiaf goes down hard. Let's take another look here. Wally Szczerbiak is going to be called for a flagrant foul. And it was the second hand that came in that got him in trouble, I do believe.
No, they say yanked him down.
Team. Parker did cut him off momentarily. 23 in the game for Jason Kidd. Whoa. Tony Parker got it right in the throat. Mutombo's relentless pursuit of the ball.
Down the left wing side, went to the left hand. What a move by Anthony Mason, and a technical foul has been called against the Knicks. And apparently John Starks has been ejected. We'll have to get another look at what developed.
Well, Pete Myers is definitely involved, and Pat Riley right furious.
with referee Bob Delaney, as apparently John Starks has been thrown out of this ballgame. And Pete Myers, who has that ability to get under your skin, he's a feisty player, always banging into people, always has a little word to say, obviously did something to get under John Starks' skin.
Yes, when Pete Myers was a member of the New York Knicks, he and Patrick Ewing had some problems during practice sessions. In fact, there are some who believe that led to the departure of Pete Myers, who was an important player in terms of the pressing defenses of Rick Pitino. But John Starks has been ejected.
Let's look at in the middle of your screen here. Here's where all the action is, where John Starks and Pete Myers are. Let's take a look and see what happened. Obviously, nothing physical happened there, or at least we couldn't see it, but the referees have been looking ever since the middle of last year, and certainly into the playoffs, much more aware of the trash talking and the taunting.
And John Starks is headed back to the next dressing room. Technical foul. Here is a look back at the scenario.
John Starks is going to put too much steam on this pass to Pete Myers. Referee Bob Delaney right underneath the basket on top of it viewed that as an unsportsmanlike act and tossing John Starks out of the ballgame with just one technical foul. You can do that. And also,
it's not been the case this season, and this is where the new defensive rules have had an effect. The Knicks are not able to clamp down on opponents the way they have in the past. Foul is called, and it is a flagrant. Tony Kukoc taking a shot. Anthony Mason called for the flagrant, and Kukoc is shaken up. As I said, the Knicks have not been able to clamp down, but that was an over-aggressive move by Mason.
Well, Tony able to beat Charles Oakley here. Mason coming over to help out, and the obvious is the last couple of times that people have gone to the basket, the Knicks have taken hard fouls. The last time Hubert Davis was involved, he took one, and here Mason making sure that it's not going to be a three-point play. That was excessive, and that's why Kukoc will get the 2 free throws and possession of the basketball.
Ewing, and Sally just can't stay with him. No, John, the Knicks are trying to force the tempo. Now some jawing between Orlando Woolridge and Patrick Ewing.
It's Lambier and Ewing. Ewing was fouled by Sally, but was angered by Wells.
So I guess what I saw was Woolridge being peacemaker.
Sally going in, fouling him from behind, and then double fouled by Lambier. That was a move by Lambier, though. You know, what was he going to accomplish? There's no way he was going to block Ewing. It was like an extra annoying foul. You know, let me hit him anyway, you know. Jess Kersey went over to Ewing to pull him down. And here's Ewing on his man. He's got Sally, and a little extra swat. It appeared that Ewing felt the presence of Lambier after he was fouled by...
I mean, Sally got 2 fouls.
Sally, and I think it's just the annoying quality of Bill Lambier that people are super sensitive to these days.
Patrick is off. Stutter step, goes inside, followed by Mason. He's rejected. Vanderlei follows. He lost it off his fingertips, and they'll call a foul. It will be a loose ball foul on the Knicks. What a sequence. Anthony Mason's ball.
I'm interested in Mason and Lambier.
Oh, that has potential.
Yeah, well, Mason is a very quiet guy.
Великолепно сейчас Шакил играет. Забрасывает практически все, что только можно.
And we get a whistle. And
a headbutt from Chris Morris to Kobe
Да,
Bryant.
вот вздорный характер Коби Брайанта проявляется даже в его первом сезоне. Технический фол сейчас получит кто-то. Моррис или Брайант.
Well, it looks like the personal is against Kobe, and the technical is Chris Morris, yeah.
Так, Крис Моррис получает. Пытались сейчас сыграть Юта. Не получилось против вязкой защиты. И столкнулись под кольцом два игрока той и другой команды.
Got himself up in the area. They made a nice little slip pass inside, committed to the block, but really didn't get there because Carr didn't go right up.
Jack up and all right. Lakers have defended the pick
Так,
and
ну
roll
и
well.
смотрите, как принял на себя Антон Карр.
And the Lakers looking to take the lead. And Worthy is hit and hit hard by a number of Pistons, including Lambier and Dumars. And Lambier may have picked up, we'll see, his third foul.
Well, it'll be the third foul on either player, Dumars or Lambier, and probably Chuck Daly would say, hey, I'd rather have it on Lambier, but it is on Dumars. Now here it is. This is where the Lakers have to play the game, out in the open court. And thank goodness James Worthy was not hurt on that play.
Timeout, Detroit. And now, Kareem and Rodman and several of the Lakers, Scott most of all.
Scott and Lambier went at it, pushing each other, and that's when the other players got involved.
Now the Lakers have come out flying 8 for 8 from the field. Detroit only one basket. Lambier has been slapped with a technical foul for unsportsmanlike conduct. Strom explaining to Chuck Daly.
Now that's a silly play by Bill Lambier in a game that means so much to pick up a cheap technical foul.
Byron Scott could give the Lakers an 8. Cooper. Now Rodman with Rambis back. And they're going to call the foul on Rambis on the block.
Well, Dennis Rodman is very fortunate that he's a great athlete, because very easily he could have gotten seriously injured on this play. Now watch him going into the basket. Rambis is getting there late. It's amazing. He kept his eyes, and you had the concentration on the basket even when he...
McKee with the step. Nice play, and the tempo is taken down. The foul is called. Sixers want a flagrant. The officials discussing it.
Rock can ill afford another injury. Dribble penetration. Here comes Shaq. Horace Grant comes over, takes the hard foul. And as the referees talk it over, we'll have to figure out whether or not it's a flagrant. But when you get inside, again, here comes the defense. Slow on the reaction is Rick Fox. Tumbo goes hard to the basket and gets the foul. So it appears that it's only going to be a two-shot foul, not a
17. Crowd alive. Barkley with a monster drive and draws the foul.
Look at Alonzo pull the padding off the basket. He'd be very lucky here if he doesn't get a technical foul. Alonzo very upset, felt like he did not commit the personal foul.
That's his
and he
second.
took and just ripped the padding off the basket. So this Bud's for you right here, and he just takes it and rips it right off.
For you and me. Missed the slam. Barkley there to change the shot. Morning rebound.
See, they have no size on the floor right now. Here now, see if he comes down on Charles's head.
Ow.
Right there. Oh my goodness.
Oh my. Everybody in the NBA.
10. Dennis Johnson has 7. Henderson 9. Larry Bird has 6. It'll be Boston ball.
There's Larry getting a little physical. Get out of my way,
I should say,
Mr. Cooper.
Who's on you, the guy who's on you, that's a good way of doing it if you're a good one-on-one player. Xavier McDaniel holding Dennis Rodman, and this man's got to be careful.
Got to get a technical. I can't believe it hasn't been called. Well, I really credit the official for letting him express himself.
I would have called. Deflected, now it is Mason. Driving the baseline and drawing the foul. No basket.
Mason getting a little pushy there. First time with Rodman. But he wisely walks away. Mason going one-on-one. The bump was called before the attempt.
And you know what adds to the problem? The corner. Anthony looks for Mason. He is fouled.
And Mason's going to fall, so he takes Isaiah with him for a ride. No problem.
Well, John, I look back in the second quarter and I think to myself as we watch this fast break.
Mason's strength just decides to take Isaiah unwillingly along for the ride. I think it's very significant now.
Minutes in that first half. Watch out now. We have Ewing and Willis nose to nose here now. See, and this we do not need. Both of these guys need to stay in the game.
Now Patrick Ewing has 3 personal fouls, as they call them on.
This could be a opposition low for the game. It's a 24-second violent Anthony Mason in a shoving match, and that leads to Joe Crawford with the double technical.
Fourth quarter, and the frustration scuffle breaks out between Otis Thorpe and Anthony Mason. A couple of technicals result from that little skirmish.
Velos first. You know, Charles Smith is playing them. There's the squeeze. He fakes back out. They went back on the man. He found the little window, got up, and got it in. Tough shot. And feels good about it. And talking to Charles.
Garden, he's been the symbol of any Knick failures, the result of several factors. As look out, Myers getting involved. Davis and also trying to get to it. Scottie Pippen being ushered aside by the official, Bill Spooner. You know, when Pete Myers was a member of the New York Knicks, and I don't think many people are aware of it, he and Patrick Ewing did not get along well. One of the reasons that led to the departure of Myers, who was very effective during the days of Rick Pitino's pressing defense, Hubert Davis called.
Dantley fouled by Oakley, who doesn't like the call. And now Corzine and Mahorn have to be separated. These two teams have no love lost for each other, and they were engaged in a huge melee earlier in the season and resulted in a lot of fines.
A lot of fines. As a matter of fact, they probably paid for
Threaten in the front court off to the right against Washington. Brown hands to Threaten off the ball. You've got Sellers and Woolridge.
Offensive foul Madden calls on Sellers.
Тоже до жесткого выяснения отношений дошло. Продолжают разговаривать Селлерс с Woolridge'ем.
Sixers in the penalty. Mark Davis for another foul. They're going to get Surrey here riding Iverson, I think.
They could get a double foul.
Yeah,
on Lang and Mark Davis for throwing a couple bows at each other down low. Take a look at Mark Davis, upset about the last call. Take a look at Lang, sir. Boom, there's the elbows and the pushing. Good call by the official. First.
Surrey wins his way to the goal, count it, and a foul. Mark Davis is furious as he is called for the foul after helping himself.
Porter to Garnett. Garnett's got 9, 4 from Guglielmo. Marbury on the bench with 4. Hasn't played at all in this second quarter. Great pass inside. Porter to Garrett. Knocked away by Coleman, who wags, and that's a technical foul on Derek Coleman. He was wagging his finger at Garrett, saying, you can't do that here, partner. And they nail him for it.
Great defense by Derek Coleman. Terry Porter makes a great pass. Great recovery by Derek Coleman. Great block shot. And he gives him the Dikembe Mutombo. No.